Hi, I'm Jelena,
And I'm David.
and welcome to our YouTube channel.
We're going to be looking at an assist from intermediate series today, Supta Vajrasana, Supta reclined, Vajra. What's Vajra? Isn't it like Vajra, the scepter? Like the...
Well, I don't know what scepter is either.
Oh, it's like, a king would hold the scepter.
No.
Vajra.
Okay.
Vajrayana.
Learning so much already. Learning English and Sanskrit at the same time.
Basically, the blind leading the blind here. So we're doing an assist that happens in intermediate series in our studio because it's an assisted pose always. And if you're practicing at home, really this is for you practicing at home or for the person that's going to help you, right? Yeah.
It's for the partners or the cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Or kids.
Or kids. And actually, you don't even need a person. You can wedge your legs under some inanimate heavy object like your couch or something like that.
Couch or the stairs, if they're like the stairs that don't have the backing.
Yeah. Radiator,
Yeah.
if it's not on.
Some kind of like a shelf that's not going to tip on you.
Low-lying television console. Yeah. But I've done that many times and it always hurts. I don't like it so much. So it's nicer and it's a chance to get your family involved if you can get,
because they're already not fed up with you
yeah,
and your practice and
practice. Okay. So after you've done Kapotasana, the pigeon pose in intermediate, the deep back bend, we do one more back bend here, Supta Vajrasana. And we're going to take full lotus, which is always right leg first in Ashtanga, and then the left arm and then the right arm. So we would call this, take the jewelry off, we would call this Baddha Padmasana, bound lotus. Yeah. And then your partner, your friend, is going to come and put their legs on top of your legs like this. So that you're holding them in position, but don't bear down, especially don't push down on their left knee too much. Usually there's a little bit of space under the left knee and you don't want to put too much pressure there. You just don't want it to lift any further. So you have to come close enough that you can give them your weight, but you don't need to go too close. And then if they can hold their own feet, then they're going to start to move back. Or you could hold their hands to hold their feet. Or if they can't hold their feet, you can just hold their hands. And there's different options for holding the hands. I like to let them catch around the thumbs because I think it mimics the toes, the grip on the feet. But if it's more comfortable for you, you can hold the fingers. There's not only one way to do it. And then you can give them a little bit of traction through the arms as they go back, and they'll bring the head down to the floor. And then the first one, they go down, they hold for 5. And you see when Jelena was going back and down, her torso is moving, her shoulders are going back, but the legs aren't moving. So I'm keeping a little bit of weight bearing down here. Yeah. And depending what the person's comfortable with, you can give more or less pull. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So pretty simple. Once you've got a feel for it. Yeah.
I also like when you do this, when your hands, your forearms are down like this and kind of pressing. I don't know why it feels.
Yeah. Some people like that. Other people tell me that they don't like it. Oh. So yeah, let's find out, figure out if it works for you. That's an option too. I like to do it.
Oh,
it's like a little bit of reflexology, So I'm just putting the back of my forearm, pressing it into the foot. It kind of glues the foot to the thigh too. There's another thing that I like to do as well.
I did the arms wrong. I'm like, something's off when I went down. So it's left arm first. Then the right, opposite from the
This
legs.
is the same way Jelena gives directions.
Yes.
So beware. The other thing that you can do that's nice, but it's extra work for you, is you can also, instead of just planting the knees down with your legs, you can open your knees just a little bit. So do you see how my knees have rolled out? And I'm still holding Jelena's legs, but I'm not right on top. Then I do a little bit of adduction with my own legs. So I'm squeezing in a little bit to bring her knees in towards each other. And then I hold that adduction. Sometimes that makes it easier for people to bind like that. And then if she's going back, then I can maintain that adduction because it keeps the feet in nice and close like that. And I don't know if you can catch it or not from the side, but I'm still not holding that left knee pinned to the ground. I'm just stopping it from coming up. So remember, not too much pressure down, especially if people have like sensitive knees,
Oh, and if there is an issue with the knee and, the person that you're assisting isn't in the full lotus, the assist is exactly the same, but their legs would just stay crossed.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Modification.
And then sometimes you might actually have to give more space. So in this instance, when David puts his legs over my legs, not like that, David, more, he'll ground down through his heels and give me a little bit more room if I need to go back as a way to protect the knee if there's anything happening with either of the knees. And then the same assist here, like that.
Nice and easy.
Yes, sort of.
Yeah, very relaxed. So you have options. Oh, and then you always finish like this. Very serious.
Moment of gratitude.
Yeah.
Whether it's sincere or not, that's a whole different story, but moment of gratitude.
Okay. Short and sweet. Hopefully it was helpful. Please subscribe. Let us know what you thought. And we'll see you next time.
See you soon.
Bye.